Well, hello once again, fellow Star Trek fans. I hope you're doing well on this February morning. Where you are, I hope it's sunny and 70 degrees. I've had to deal with, well, the whole northeast of the United States has had to deal with a snowstorm that made life interesting, to say the least. And because of our location, we get the snow and the rain, so what do you get when you get a foot of snow? And then you get half an inch of rain on top of it? You get cement. Fun to shovel. Anyway, I hope you're doing well. And I got another goodie to show you. We're going to go to Star Trek the Motion Picture. And what I'm going to show you guys today is our lovely U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701-D. This is the Aoshima from Star Trek The Next Generation, the Enterprise D. And I was happy to get this when I got this one off Amazon, and these are getting harder and harder to find. Anyway, I got this off Amazon, and I was just blown away that when I got it, it was still wrapped in the plastic wrap from the factory. Some of them that were for sale on eBay, they were all open. I'd never seen one that was still wrapped in the plastic. But, my friends, fellow Star Trek lovers, I'm going to open it up for you guys, and I'm going to show you what's in the box. At first, I wasn't going to open it. But then I was thinking, because it is battery operated, and let me show you the back. It does light up. And I didn't want to take the chance that the batteries were going to be inside. And, you know, ultimately the batteries will corrode and damage the inside of the mechanism. So you can see the under, the upper, very nice. And showing you the side, this is in 1/2000 scale, U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701-D from Star Trek The Next Generation. You can see, I don't see a date on here, but as usual, I always put a date in the description. Going to the side, you can see the beautiful depiction of the Enterprise D. And this is from Japan. This is an offshoot of Diamond Select. And this was a Japanese release. You can see it, the saucer section separates from the secondary hull. The windows light up, which is really nice. And it looks like it comes with a shuttlecraft. So let's see the other side. So actually, let me put it back right up for you guys. Let me go ahead and I'm going to put the camera onto a tripod, and I'll open it up for you. So we got the camera up onto the tripod. You can see it's pretty big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and with the razor, I'm going to open up the plastic. All right, now let's it's like in a tray. I get the right side. Yeah, look at that, huh? I hope you can see that. I hope the camera. Alright, it does come with some paperwork. Let's see if there's anything else in the box. Nope, that's everything in the box. And I'm going to put it up in high definition for you guys. And you will be able to pause and check out the instructions, the paperwork, and I will put photographs up for you guys as usual. NCC-1701-D. And unfortunately, I'm not able to translate that. On the bottom, you can see the caution, recommended for 15 years and up. And who are we kidding? You know, what 15-year-old usually is going to get these kind of collectibles? It goes to the older kids like us. You can see it's got some diagrams. Shows the primary hull, the secondary hull. And on the bottom we have some more information in Japanese. And Aoshima.bk.co.jp. And there's more writing. They do have a telephone number, but there's no date as of yet. You can see what it comes with. And this does have printing on both sides. Step 1, you can see what holds it together. The primary and secondary hulls are magnets. Oh, check it out. You got the captain's yacht. Well, they call it the escape capsule, but we call it the captain's yacht. And refresh my memory, guys, I don't think I've ever seen it on The Next Generation where they actually used the captain's yacht. You can see it goes into the placement of the batteries. It looks like it uses the small round 1.5 volt batteries. And the placement of the batteries in the secondary hull, or what they call a propulsion unit. And you can see the placement of the impulse engines on the primary hull. And it comes with a display base, which is really nice. You can display docking mode and separation mode, so you can keep it together if you would like, or you can keep them separate. So that's this part of the information or instruction sheet. What else do we have? We have, I'm not sure what that is. Looks like what could be in this country would be like a warranty card. I'm not sure because I can't read Japanese. And what else we got? This looks like a little envelope, and it contains what looks like the captain's yacht. You can see underneath, and it's got a magnet to hold it into place. If the camera decides to focus, I got to get another camera, a better camera to record with. And these look like little pieces that'll cover the screws. The areas where it's screwed in, you can see the little engine, the impulse engine parts. Again, I put up a lot of pictures for you guys. And it looks like there's a couple of decals. So, let's get to the ship itself. Let's see. I think it's taped into place. Yeah, so let's go ahead and we'll cut the tape. On all four sides. And we'll keep one side of the tape intact. We'll do enough to open it. And there we go. Alright. So let me get it positioned where you guys can see. Really nice. You know, guys, if I wouldn't know better... Now, I saw some reviews of this on YouTube. And there was some of them where the box said that they were it was the white version from the TV series. And that's what I was expecting. But then there was the duck egg blue version as well from the movie Generations. And that actually, the way it looks, I don't know if the camera is going to pick it up, but this actually looks like the duck egg blue. This doesn't look like the gray. Now, I showed you guys the regular Diamond Select U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701-D, and I'll put the link for that in the description. But this actually looks, of course I could be wrong, this could be the regular model used for the television show. But I know they repainted it for the movie. Let's get the primary hull, and I'll show you guys the primary hull. And see, doesn't that look like it's got a blue hue to it? I like the bluish hue. That's okay with me if this is the movie version. You can see, well, let me put this down so I can show you guys the detail. Look at the Aztec painting. Isn't that awesome? And you can see all the windows that are going to actually light up. The underneath, where the captain's yacht is going to be. And you can see where the batteries go. And the batteries aren't, either the batteries are dead or they're not in it. Wait a minute. Nope, the batteries are included, but they're not in the ship. So, wow, I could have kept it sealed. But that's okay. I wanted to see what was in it, and I wanted to show you guys. This is just amazing, the detail in that. You can see the shuttle bay, or the hangar bay, where the impulse engines are going to go. And again, I don't know if you guys can tell the color or not. It's not gray. It looks more like it's blue. Well, I didn't get the television series. I got the movie version series. And I don't think, because these are getting very hard to find and they're getting very expensive, I'm probably not going to be able to get the movie version, the television version to go with this version. So I'm just going to have to be happy with the movie version, which is fine with me because she's beautiful. Let's put her together. You remember when Commander Riker, I think it was Encounter at Farpoint, when he's new to the Enterprise and he had to dock the primary and secondary sections together and he had to do it manually? I love that. It goes together and it's held together with a magnet. Now you guys remember the Diamond Select one that I showed you guys had sounds. I don't know if this one has sounds or not. But when the primary and secondary hulls were separated and put together, there was some really awesome sounds that went with it. You can see the sensor dish. Really pretty. The underneath, I'll show you guys more of the Aztecing. And again, it's got a bluish hue to it. And where's the button? You can see the button. Oh. Let me show you guys in better detail. The button for the lights for the secondary hull. And you can see those little parts that I showed you will go in to cover up where the screws are. You can see the rear photon torpedo launcher. Hopefully that can focus for you guys. Really wanted to focus on the Aztecing for you. The secondary hull, the battle bridge, and you can see the phaser array. And you can see the phasers that are underneath the nacelles. So let's go ahead. Let me put the tray that it came in aside so we can put this down where it doesn't fall. And let me show you guys the shuttlecraft. Look how cute that is. Oh, does that light up? No, sorry guys, I thought it was a button. That would have been really cool. Let's see. This has got to focus. This camera is just rotten. And I apologize. You know, this reminds me of the AMT model kit. I believe it was Generations, Star Trek Generations, where it had the Enterprise D. No, I'm thinking of a different one. It was the Enterprise A that had the shuttlecraft that came with it. You can see the little shuttle. Of course, the shuttlecraft is not into scale because you see the hangar bay where the shuttlecraft would land, and it's a little bit too big, so that's not in scale. So let's put everything where we can get to it, where it's not going to fall over. What else do we have? We got the stand. This is a really nice stand. You can see the plaque. Hope the camera can focus on it. But I will put photos up, and it'll be in high definition. U.S.S. Enterprise. And I can't read what's on there because the print is so small. But like I said, I'll put up a photo, and that'll really bring out all the words and the detail. And you can see where you could keep them separate, or you can keep them together. I'm referring to the primary and secondary hulls. So, let's put that aside. And all we got left in the tray is the batteries, the batteries. So let's get the batteries out, and then we can fire her up. Alright, so I got all the batteries out, and I believe these are the 1.5 volts. So, let's go ahead and put them in. I'll start with the primary hull. You can see that area right there. You can see where they go. All right. We'll get 3. Push it in, and how beautiful is that? Amazing. That's just absolutely spectacular. If this looks this good, you guys, I did something really awesome. I pre-ordered the NCC-1701-D from Eaglemoss, the Build Your Own Enterprise. And that, I signed up, or I'm going to get the lighted case. Not case, but a display stand. And if this looks this good, I can only imagine what that one's going to look like. This is just beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. You can see the impulse engines. So, I'll push the button and it goes off. Let's do the secondary hull. And the secondary hull battery placement. So towards the primary hull is the flat section. And again, the battery compartment is located underneath. Again, back on before I show you guys what it looks like. There we go. And you push the button. You hear a little click, and then look at how gorgeous that is. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. See the windows and a secondary hull. So let me go ahead. I'm going to put the light out. Give me 1 second. Let me see if that looks a little bit better. Let's push the button. Look at that, huh? It's spectacular. Well, let's turn down the nacelle. Starboard nacelle of the Enterprise is a little loud. Look at that. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Geez, when you think about it, the only thing that's really missing are the strobe lights, the navigation lights, and this would just be amazing. This is an amazing kit. Well, it's not really a kit because it's pre-painted and pre-lit, but the quality is amazing. If you guys were looking for an excuse to get this, it's expensive, it's very expensive, and it's pretty collectible, especially now. If you get a chance to pick this up, guys, do it. Because you probably won't lose money on it. Because these are not going to be remade, and the value is just going to keep going up. So let me put this on the stand. Let's see, where would this go? I'm thinking that this goes on just like that, if you want to do them separate. And let me show you guys the saucer section. Again, the switch is underneath. Push this, and it lights up. Look at that, huh? Just beautiful. Interesting design. You know, when it comes to the Enterprise, my absolute favorite is the NCC-1701. And for me, that includes this ship from the original series and the refit, because it's the same ship. So I consider that the same ship. My second favorite Enterprise is the Enterprise D. I love the Enterprise D. She's so big and powerful, a Galaxy class. Now, interestingly, you could see the Enterprise D, and what it seems like they did for the Enterprise E is they just took the saucer section and turned it around a long way. But let me put the sections together. Again, we're going to dock them. The magnet comes together. We're going to go to the bottom. We're going to light it up. So she's totally lit. Look at that. Engage. Oh, I love this thing. You see how beautiful she is. All the lights being lit, that's what puts it over the top. It's just amazing. And again, this version is what appears to be the movie version, where it's got a duck egg blue to it, a hue. This is not what I had thought, because in the listing, actually the box looked different too. I put up a picture of the box that I thought I was going to get. There was a little square on the box that said from the television series, but this one didn't have that. You can see the registry number on a nacelle pylon. Going to the bottom of the secondary hull. You can see the deflector dish. And the Bassard collectors look amazing. And the sides of the nacelle pylons and the sides of the nacelles with that beautiful blue from the engines that go all the way around. You can see the impulse engines are lit. Now, if it wasn't for the copyright issues, I could put the music and it would sound really cool. Looking at it and hearing the soundtrack to Star Trek the Motion Picture or The Next Generation, but God forbid there's a trademark or a copyright infringement or a strike. So let me show you. Hopefully you're able to see this. The camera does not do this justice. This is just absolutely beautiful. So let me show you guys how it would go on the stand. Make sure that's in shot. And you can see where her back end would rest. And if you want to separate them, let's take a look at the shuttlecraft, the cute little shuttlecraft, NCC-1701-D, U.S.S. Enterprise, shuttlecraft 5. Now, if I can find shuttlecraft 5, I got a couple of episodes that come to mind from Star Trek The Next Generation with the shuttlecraft. You remember in, what's the name of it? Where the Collector made the shuttlecraft explode and made it look like Data. Mr. Data was destroyed and he ended up kidnapping Mr. Data. A Few Good Toys, or All My Toys, I think, the episode. And then there's the other one where the Enterprise actually gets destroyed and is caught in a time loop. And the shuttlecraft leaves the ship, and the only one to leave the Enterprise they discover after it explodes is Captain Picard. And of course that doesn't go over well, because why would the captain leave the ship when it's blowing up? But he went back in time to their Enterprise to try to give them a message to avoid the loop. But anyway, these are the shuttle. This is the shuttlecraft that comes with the ship. You can see the ship is blue. And if you want to separate them and you want to display them separate, let's see how this is going to go. I think the aft end, let me see, where would the aft end go? Unless that slides in like that. And then the primary hull rests on that way. So if you want, you can display them separate. But I think she looks so much better when she's complete. Let's bring her. Commander Riker, dock manually. Docking complete. Oh, I just love this so much. The lights, all the windows, the detail, right down to the numbers on the nacelles, the rears of the nacelles, the little markings. I think those are thrusters. The Enterprise D is a really beautiful ship. And for Star Trek The Next Generation fans, you may or may not know that the filming model was an 11-foot model. And it was absolutely gigantic. And I think I had seen a documentary where they said it took 6 guys, 4 or 6 people, to move the ship around, especially when they separated the sections. Because you're just so large and so heavy. And it's sold at the Christie auction, I think, close to $800,000. Man, I would have given anything to get that model. But the one that I really wanted was the Enterprise from Refit, and I think that was that 8 feet, or was that 11 feet as well? It could have been 11 feet, but that was the one I really would have loved to have, because that was from Star Trek the Motion Picture. It was then repainted to be the A, and that went for $265,000 at the Christie auction, and I would have rather have had that. My holy grail for Star Trek models is in the Smithsonian, because I would just love to be able to get my hands on that model, the filming model from the original television series. It's in the Smithsonian. It wasn't a gift shop. They actually moved it to a more dignified location where it can be, and I think every hour on the hour they light it up. But this is for the Enterprise D. This is just beautiful. I hope you're enjoying the scenes. All the windows. You can see all the escape pods. You can see the saucer pylon. Deflector dish where the photon torpedoes would launch. You can see on the side of the nacelle pylon where it says U.S.S. Enterprise. Again, get into focus. But this model is just amazing. Can you guys tell that I'm fond of it? I know, I can't help but gush over this. This is just amazing. I'll tell you that this would just be, I'd be blown away. Can you imagine if they would have done this with the refit, the Enterprise refit with the lights and the Aztecing, and that would just be gorgeous as well. Let's see the, hopefully the camera will focus and you can see the lights. Let's see, where would 10 forward be? Around here somewhere. And let's see, is that the conference room over there? Of course, the bridge. And you turn it around and you have the hangar bay where shuttles are launched. More escape pods. And then you go to the primary hull saucer pylon. You can see the windows are lit on the inside. Down to where the photon torpedo launcher. You can see all the way back down to the aft end of the ship. And the Aztecing is just amazing. The detailing. So yes, this is the Aoshima, I hope I'm pronouncing it correctly, Aoshima, Enterprise D from Star Trek The Next Generation. As far as I know, they're the first ones to introduce a Star Trek kit where the windows actually light up. Again, I'm sorry, not a kit, a model. Pre-painted model where the windows are lit and all the detail. And again, this is the blue version. So this would be from Generations. And how sad is the ending of Generations, where our beloved Enterprise crashes onto the planet after the Klingons steal the code and fire through the shields. And ultimately what ends up happening is the breach, the antimatter breach in the engine room ends up blowing up the Enterprise, the secondary hull, and the explosion forces the primary hull into the atmosphere, and she ends up crashing. And then we're introduced, what is it? Which one came next? Is it Insurrection or is it Nemesis? It could be Insurrection that came when we were first introduced to the Enterprise E. which is also a beautiful, beautiful ship. But my favorite one, well, my second favorite is the D. I just love her. Just absolutely beautiful. And I love the blue. That's why I'm very fond of the Enterprise A as well, because of the blue. I kind of group the refit and the A into the same ship. Even though the Enterprise A was the Yorktown, and I know there's debate about that, but I believe it was the U.S.S. Yorktown that was converted into the A. So I hope you got a chance to take all this beauty in. If you guys were curious about the Aoshima U.S.S. Enterprise NCC-1701-D, then I hope you enjoyed watching this as much as I enjoyed making it. And opening up for the first time, this one was sealed in plastic, which is really exciting. Sorry guys, this may not be the TV version, but it is the movie version. And any version of this would just be spectacular. So, I'll do a flyby as I say thank you for watching and goodbye.